Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. My name's Amy, and I'm an ordained minister. We are in Bible study. We are in the book of Ezekiel. We're in the NIV, and we're just starting the book of Ezekiel. Now, let's give you some facts about Ezekiel. Ezekiel is the third of the four major prophets in the Protestant Bibles and Christian faith. Four prophets. Other traditions, he is the third and final prophet. We also consider Daniel a prophet. Other cultures do not. He lived in exile. We know when he lived. He was roughly 590 from 570 BCE. He was a high-ranking official, like a high-ranking priest family that he came from. Shouldn't really call him official. Exile made him not an official anywhere. But he came from a high-ranking family. He was 25 years old when he was taken into exile. And at the age of 30, he started having visions. In the Jewish tradition, 30 is the age in which one starts your priestly training, if you're in that. So he had visions right on target, even though they didn't have that anymore. We also know that his writings influenced the Apostle John and the writings in Revelations. Revelations describes seeing what Ezekiel saw. So, with that, Ezekiel chapter 1. The living creatures and the glory of the Lord. In the 30th year, that is in my 30th year, in the 4th month of the 5th day, while I was among the exiles by Kebar River, Kebar, the heavens were opened and I saw visions of God. On the 5th month, in the 5th year of the exile of Jehoiachin, the word of the Lord came to Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi. Ezekiel, son of Buzi the priest, by the Kebar River in the land of the Babylonians or Chaldeans. There the hand of the Lord was upon him. I looked, and I saw a windstorm coming out of the north, an immense cloud with flashing lightning and surrounding by brilliant light. The center of the fire looked like glowing metal, and in the fire was what looked like 4 living creatures. In appearance, their form was that of a man, but each of them had 4 faces and 4 wings. Their legs were straight. Their feet were like those of a calf and gleamed with burnished bronze. Under their wings, on their 4 sides, they had the hands of a man. All 4 of them had faces and wings, and their wings touched one another. Each one went straight ahead. They did not turn as they moved. Their faces looked like this. Each of the 4 had the face of a man, and on the right side of each had the face of a lion, and on the left side the face of an ox. Each also had a face of an eagle. Since such were their faces, their wings were spread upward. Each had 2 wings, one touching the wing of another creature on either side, and 2 wings covered their body. Each one went straight ahead. Wherever the Spirit would go, they would go, without turning as they went. Their appearance of the living creatures was like burning coals of fire, or like torches. Fire moved back and forth among the creatures. It was bright, and lightning flashed out of it. The creatures sped back and forth like flashes of lightning. Well, the way he's describing their movement makes me think of a drone. I'm not saying it is a drone. I'm saying they're moving like they're a drone. It's not the not the same thing. As I looked at the living creatures, I saw a wheel on the ground beside each creature with its 4 faces. This was the appearance of the structure of the wheels. They sparkled like chrysolite, and all 4 looked alike. Each appeared to be made like a wheel intersecting a wheel. As they moved, they would go in any one of 4 directions the creatures faced. The wheels did not turn about or aside as the creatures went. Their rims were high and awesome, and all 4 rims were full of eyes all around. I don't know. I'm a person who personifies inanimate objects, so my brain is doing that. When the living creatures moved, the wheels beside them moved. And when the living creatures rose from the ground, the wheels also rose. Wherever the Spirit would go, they would go, and the wheels would rise along with them, because the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. When the creatures moved, they also moved. When the creatures stood still, they also stood still. And when the creatures rose from the ground, the wheels rose along with them, because the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. It sounds like they fly like a drone, and then they can hover down, and wheels fall out, and then it spins. So, I mean, this is a BC era guy. He doesn't know anything about fuel. He doesn't know anything about harnessing any kind of electricity, power, or any of those things. Spreading out above the heads of the living creatures were what looked like an expanse sparkling with ice and awesome. Under the expanse of their wings were stretched out, one towards the other. Each had 2 wings covering its body. When the creatures moved, I heard the sound of their wings, like a roar of rushing waters, like the voice of the Almighty, or in Hebrew, Shaddai, like a tumult of an army. When they stood still, they lowered their wings. Then there came a voice from above the expanse over their heads as they stood with lowered wings. Above the expanse over their head was what looked like a throne of sapphire. And high above on the throne was a figure like that of a man. In my opinion, that's Metatron. I saw that from what appeared to be his waist up, he looked like glowing metal, as if full of fire. And that from there down, he looked like fire, and brilliant light surrounded him. Like the appearance of a rainbow in the clouds on a rainy day, so was the radiance around him. So iridescent and only seen in the sunlight, maybe? There was an appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. It's a lot of light. When I saw it, I fell face down, and I heard the voice of one speaking. That's a pretty powerful vision. Obviously, my modern mind is looking at machines. Doesn't mean it needs to be. It's just not like I know. I wasn't there. I wasn't in the vision. It's just what I hear. I hope you'll join me for chapter 2, Ezekiel's Call, which will carry on into the first part of chapter 3. I hope to see you there, friends.